Hey everyone, and welcome! So today, we're going to dive into a really fascinating puzzle. It's kind of like the secret logic behind all communication. You know, how we understand each other, even when most of what we really mean is never actually said out loud. So how do our brains pull off this magic trick? Well, let's find out.
So, have you ever had this happen to you? You're reading something, or maybe listening to someone talk, and the grammar is just perfect. The words are all correct, but still, your brain is just screaming, "This makes no sense." What's going on there? What's that secret ingredient that turns a simple string of words into something that actually has meaning?
Well, here's the thing. It's because grammar isn't everything. Not even close. Communication is so much more than just following the rules. There's something else happening, a kind of magic that goes on between the lines.
And you know where that magic happens? It's not in the words themselves. It's in your mind. That's right, the real key to understanding everything isn't just on the page or in the air. It's a process happening inside your own head. You are the one creating the meaning.
So, this incredible mental ability, this secret ingredient, what do we call it? Well, it has a name. And honestly, it's the whole reason we can understand jokes, follow stories, and, understand each other at all. It's called coherence. And coherence isn't about the words on the page. It's that feeling you get, that feeling that everything fits together well. It's how we make sense of language. It's that little aha moment when everything just clicks into place. So how do we do it? Well, use your experience of the world to build a coherent interpretation. It's like your brain is a detective, right? And it's constantly, without you even realizing it, pulling in clues from everything you know about the world. Your memories, your past experiences, how you know people usually act. It uses all of that to fill in the gaps and build a story that actually makes sense.
Okay, now here's the spot where things can get a little tricky, so let's clear something up. It's a really important distinction. We've got to separate the idea of the visible links in the text versus the big picture meaning that we create in our heads.
So on one side, you have cohesion. Cohesion is all about the visible connections in the words. Think of it like grammatical glue. Things like pronouns, he, she, it, or repeated words that physically tie sentences together. You can see it right there in the text. But coherence, that's our big topic today. That's the mental connection that you create. It's about whether the whole thing makes sense to you. And get this, a text can have zero cohesive links and still be perfectly coherent. All right, to really see coherence in action, let's solve a little mystery together. I want you to imagine you pick up a newspaper and you see this just truly bizarre headline. This is where your brain is going to have to do some heavy lifting.
Ready? Here it is. Woman robs bank with sandwich. I mean, grammatically, it's perfect, but on its own, it makes absolutely zero sense, right? Your mind is already racing, trying to figure out a story that works.
Okay, so your brain is already firing. What's the story here? I mean, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is she just eating it? Like robbing the bank while casually munching on a sandwich? Yeah, probably not. Your experience of the world immediately tells you that's pretty unlikely. That interpretation just doesn't feel very coherent.
So your brain just tosses that idea out and keeps searching for something that makes more sense. So what about this? What if the sandwich is the weapon? How would that even work? I mean, it's still weird for sure, but we're getting warmer.
And then, bam, your mind lands on it, the most likely answer. Your experience tells you what's really going on. The sandwich is being used as a pretend gun. You tap into everything you know about robberies, from movies, from the news, and you figure out the most coherent situation is that she's got the sandwich in a bag and she's pretending it's a weapon. See? You didn't get that from the words alone. You used your knowledge of the world to solve the puzzle.
And look, this doesn't just happen with crazy headlines. We are relying on coherence literally every single second of our lives, in every conversation we have, in our favorite TV shows, all the time.
Seriously, think about it. In our everyday conversations, most of the meaning is never actually said out loud. So much of what we understand is just implied. We're constantly reading between the lines, using context to figure out what people are really trying to say.
Okay, let's take a classic example. Barney Stinson in How I Met Your Mother says, "It's gonna be legend, wait for it, dairy." Now, if you've never seen the show, that's just a weirdly paused sentence. But for fans, oh man, it's not just a word. It's his whole personality, it's a history of hilarious moments, all packed into one little catchphrase.
We get the joke because we know the character. The coherence comes from our shared experience with the show. This is a perfect example of how that works. It's our collective knowledge, our shared experience, that makes the line funny. The meaning isn't in the words, it's in the community of people who all get the joke.
All right, so you get the theory now, right? Time to put that awesome coherence-creating brain of yours to the test. Let's do a little pop quiz. You ready?
Okay, quiz number 1. Person A says, "That's the telephone." Person B says, "I'm in the bath." Now, notice there are no connecting words here at all. So what does person B really mean?
All right, next one. Person A asks, "Are you coming to the party tonight?" And person B replies, "I've got an exam tomorrow." So, did B actually answer the question? What's the real answer? And for our last one, think about a super tense show, like Breaking Bad. A character gets a call, they listen for a second, and then just hang up without saying a single word. What could that silence possibly mean? How can saying nothing be so full of meaning?
So what did you get? The amazing thing is you probably understood what was really being said in all three of those, like instantly. And that is coherence in action. It's your brain just brilliantly making sense of everything. So I want to know what you think. Post your answers and your own interpretations down in the comments below. Seriously, understanding this hidden logic doesn't just help you with language puzzles, it actually makes you a better communicator. Thanks so much for joining me.